of Where the Wild Things Are?
No.
No!
I read that book. Yes.
I'm so excited then,
book.
because this is one of my favorite books, one of my very favorites. And it's about Max, and he's a little wild and gets sent to his room without dinner for being a little wild. So we're going to read about it, and then we're going to do an activity with it, okay? So this is Where the Wild Things Are, story and pictures. What's another word for pictures? You know?
Photographs.
Photographs or illustrations by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one of a kind. And another. He's chasing his dog. Poor dog. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around.
Then what's his bed?
I don't know. Turned into a forest. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day. See, it has his name, Max. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to Where the Wild Things Are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws.
That looks sweet.
Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. He's brave. And made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." What do y'all think rumpus means?
Mean, I don't know.
You know?
Being mean.
Being mean, you think so? Look at this. What do you think they're doing?
Happy. Catch the moon.
Like they could be trying to catch the moon.
And eating it.
They're swinging from trees.
Ha! Ah, look at that eagle.
And it looks like they're having a parade, maybe dancing through the forest. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper.
Eric,
And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of Where the Wild Things Are. Just like that, he dropped it. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye.
Bye-bye.
And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. Again, where do y'all think he's going?
Oh.
And into the night of his very own room where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. Okay, so today we're going to talk about what makes a good sentence. So we're going to use a checklist. So when I give you guys your activity, you're going to have to think about our checklist, okay? So we're going to write one really good sentence, and we have to use a capital letter at the what?
Beginning.
Beginning of the sentence. And then we have to use finger spaces. Y'all know what that means?
Yeah.
What?
You put your finger in between, and you draw, and then you do another finger space, and
That's
you keep
right.
on drawing.
And then what do we use at the end of
Period.
every sentence?
Period.
A period. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to put this up there on that board. So if y'all need to look back up there and think, what am I supposed to do first? Oh, capital letter. You can look back up there and check it off mentally, okay? All right, so what we're going to talk about now about things when you feel wild. What happens when y'all feel wild? Like my best thing was when I feel wild, I run through the yard. What would be some of yours? What is it, Sophie?
Mine is like when my mom chases me.
When your mom chases you. So what would be a good sentence? I feel wild when my mom chases me. Right? Okay. So let Miss Emily model this.